Morning.
Morning. Happy last day.
Hi,
of the
Josie.
month. I'm good.
Hi, Tina.
Hi, Tracy. Wait, how many days does May have?
31. So
34.
It's
You're going to say
I was
34.
about to say 31.
I'm 31st years old.
Yeah.
Don't you know that joke
No, she doesn't.
from Diamond? When they asked him, how old are you,
doesn't.
Diamond?
No.
31st years old.
Yeah.
No way. He didn't do
There you
that.
go, come on, even
Yes, he
trended.
did.
Anyway, how is your
It
morning?
is really great. No complaints. Alive and kicking.
All right. I think there's so much that has been going on
Yeah.
during the weekend. Sika live, and then Bal, of course,
Yeah.
closing, and then we're getting ready for Chogam.
We are.
It's
And-
event after event.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people of Uganda, the band confirmed he's coming on the 3rd of June. So it's one of the things that also trended over the weekend.
What's that song of his that he did with This Is Love, right?
With
Rema.
With Rema,
I hope
yes.
they perform it.
Definitely they will.
Yeah.
So we're going to be going to the opinion poll. We have a great topic that we're going to be sharing with you. Please stay with us.
So, in case you didn't watch or in case you didn't check out our, Instagram page on the story, this is the topic that we're going to be sharing, and it goes like, tradition has made us feel silenced to talk openly about things that actually haunt us, all in the name of protecting us. Let us know your take on this, and if you think it is, what is happening, or if you think that society is keeping us from talking about it, what are those things according to you, and what are those things that society is, in terms of protecting us, is making us not talk about, or silencing us not to talk about, and they might haunt us in the future, or even in the present and now. So do you think that society, to begin with, let's start from there, do you think that there are some things that society has made us not talk about, or made us feel silenced not to talk about in the name of protecting us?
Go first.
Today,
Me first.
Yes. I want to limit my words.
Oh gosh. So there's so much that society has limited us to do and talk about, really. And I feel like on a personal level, I see it amongst the youth. I see it because it's majorly us that are limited to do a lot of things, especially because of how society views it. So, in my own opinion, what I think about this is, let's say, for example, what we feel like we're not told, and then at the end of the day, it haunts us down.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're not told that maybe when you come to a conclusion with someone in a calm way, you will end up being even more impactful to them, because it has not caused you to go up there. This youth today, we feel like we can get everything towards aggressiveness, like with aggressiveness and with so much anger and pride. Rather, we can, calm down, have a chat, and then as time goes on, we definitely get to see the result of it. Other things that we're not told, family totems we're not told about. You find that our parents feel like they're protecting us from telling us that, but rather it's not like they're protecting us. It's more of they are leading us to a place that will be hard for us to come out. They might tell us, they might not tell us that when you get married, there's this and this and this and this that has to happen. It is not them. It is most especially the aunties, the uncles, the big sisters, but your parents never tell you anything about them. They never tell you anything about what's going on. They never tell you about how it's done, or
What
they
to
feel like
expect.
exactly what you expect. They don't tell you any of those. So it creates a very, very rough, and I must say future ahead, because there are things that you face and you're definitely scared that the things that you're about to face our I just got distracted. So there are like very many things that we have been not told, and they really distract us so much in the end at the finals of life. So we're not told some things about marriage. Let's be real. Parents don't tell their children about sex education, and these are things that in the future they will have to face. Parents don't tell some parents don't tell their children about their lineage of their family, and then at the end you find them getting married to their cousin. You get? Parents don't. Some of them don't tell the children about the past. They're trying to protect them. For example, I'll bring this back, the genocide against the Tutsi that was done in 1994. Parents back then, they would as if protect you from watching what was going on. Like if there was during April on Rwanda television, I think all of you guys remember that. They would put movies, they would put like realities of things that happened in 1994, genocide against the Tutsi. So parents would switch off the television and tell you to go and sleep, protecting you, but rather not letting you watch so that you can learn and get informed. You get? And then this comes back when you're 25 years old and you have to learn from scratch. You have to learn the history of your country. So that's why I came from thinking about this topic. There are things that we ignore as parents that are not taught to us, and then at the end of the day, they haunt us because we have to learn them. We have to get to know our history, not only of our country. We need to know your grandpa is this, your great-grandfather, these are your cousins, these are your aunties. We need to know about things that are as serious as things that happen in marriage. That we shouldn't send aunties and uncles to come and teach us. It should begin from home. It should be parents talking to us, right? So that's it for me.
Okay, so I go next. Okay, so I think tradition has silenced us in so very many ways in terms of, feeling that they want to protect the legacy of their families, they want to protect the legacy of girls when it comes to the matters of being girls. One thing that society has silenced so many girls and they have, gone through this phase is rape, because it happens. And then, okay, let's take an example. You've been raped and, you find at some times that some parents tell you not to go out and speak about it because first of all you're going to like tarnish the name of the family. They'll be like, Wamwana Wichirara and all of this and all that. When they do not know what is actually happening behind closed doors, because this is actually something that happened to you and it's haunting you and you cannot come out of it because tradition has set out things that people should say in public and other things that people should not say in public. So I think rape is something that we have been silenced on, or that we cannot come out and talk about it openly. And if you see it or if you follow it up closely, it is something somebody comes up when it has been like talked about. It's not something that someone can wake up one day and just come and talk about it. So I think rape is one of it. Another thing that you talked about is sex education. We have been not silenced, but then we have not we were not told about it. You grow up and parents you grow up in this phase of parents telling you not to like mingle with boys because of this and this, and then at the age of maybe 25 or 26 they expect you to get married and all that, and you find that it's some knowledge that you get on your own or even from your fellow students or even school or even your fellow friends. So sex education will be the next thing, and then other thing will be drug addiction, because drug addiction, people don't talk about it. Sometimes you find out, you wake up one day and you find a person that you went to school with has been taken to maybe Iwawa. Let's take an example of that, without them even coming out or being given a space of being hard and getting the reason as to why this person was engaged in the drug using in the first place and all that. So I think those are the major things that we are silenced about. And even girls education on menstruation and hygiene and all that. It is also something that parents do not come forth and talk about it. So I think those are the things that we are silenced to not talk about, but we need to know about it, and they haunt us in the future, whether we like it or not.
Yeah,
Did you see her nails? Actually, when she was talking, I was just saying her nails. Did you see them?
Yeah, it's so wrong.
She's such a slave mama, right? Oh gosh.
Can you just let people...
Anyway.
Oh, sorry, they distracted me. Please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, I agree with both of you guys. Another thing that maybe I could add on more on like the sex education part in terms of like things that we haven't really been comfortable to talk about due to the society norms and like being told that such things just shouldn't be talked about in our society, most especially as Africans or as Rwandans, but mainly Africans, is the essence of you're not going to control what youth do. It's just something that can't be controlled. As generations improve, as generations just keep on evolving, there are things that you can control and there are certain things that change due to how the world is evolving. So in the Western areas, there are more conversational about these things with their children. I mean, parents with their children. Most especially from the age of like 15, you start talking to your child about sex education, what goes on, you know, puberty, as well as your body is changing and so much more. So here in Africa, we tend to say it as a taboo. I mean, parents call it as a taboo, and yet you're not going to stop your child from experiencing the generational change or generational growth of how they feel like from time to time these things are okay and they're going to do it with your consent or not. So I feel like some things that need to be talked about is, yes, we need to acknowledge that these things are not going to be stopped, but how can we be able to influence our child who might choose to have sex before marriage? If I'm going to choose this, if I'm going to do it, just me as a parent, exactly, me as a parent, I would rather I am in control of the situation, not as in the choice that he or she will make, but I at least will be like, okay, just in case you want to choose to have sex before marriage, do you know the contraceptive methods? Do you know how it goes on? Do you know the protection measures? Do you know what a condom is? Do you know how to use a condom? Do you know how to, I don't know, like keep yourself safe? Because like I said, these things are some of the things that we can be able to control in our situations. So I, as a parent, if I can be able to control what my child is going to do, at least I can control the outcome of that, exactly, of that event. So, like I said, we're not this generation. I'm even scared to know what our children are going to be doing. So just instead of us being the controlling parents, which is sometimes needed, you need to be able to be in control of your child's situation. But there's only so much that you can do. So these situations of how society has made us feel uncomfortable to talk about these things with our parents, I would like to change that in our generation as we raise our children. Your child, just imagine how a relief it could be if your child would be like, just in case this happens, Mom, how can I be able to navigate this situation? As opposed to you finding out that they don't know safe ways to have sex or safe ways to keep themselves safe or so much more. So it's still a scare, but it's a safe scare. So that's just one thing that I would like to add.
So can we actually talk about something that I had forgotten over the age limit that the society has put, for us over, being married and the pressure that it comes with, and just facing the reality that all people are not going to get married, or there are some even people who do not even want to get married, but the pressure of the society of somebody who clocks 25, a man who clocks 30, and the pressure is just too much. It hits them, it haunts them, but they cannot come out and speak about it.
I feel like pressure is something, especially when you talk to people that face a lot of pressure. It's normally from parents, to be honest, and aunties.
aunties and also abaturanyi and all that.
So ugasanga iyo pressure uri gushyira ku muntu, you wouldn't want it for yourself, to be honest. You wouldn't want it for someone you love, because it's quite too much that it kind of makes them rush into a relationship. And relationship is something you need to be very, very careful with. You can't just rush into a lifetime relationship, because marriage is a one-way ticket. You're not done unless you really face a lot of things there and you feel like you just can't. Then run for your life, because your safety matters, your life matters. Yeah. So in short, I feel like people, to all the people that are who out there who pressure people to get married or to, time has gone, time has gone. Are you the owner of time? You don't own
They're
time.
counting for
Honestly, they're counting for you. You find a guy is clicking 30, like our very own. You find they're clicking 30 and they're stressing him. You're not getting married. You don't know his plan. You don't know what he's planning. You don't know if he has a girlfriend or not. You don't know what they're planning. So let's just restrict your mouth to talk about things that don't concern you, in other words. With all due respect, there are aunties, there are mothers, yeah, we respect them. But with all due respect, maybe back then for them, they had planned marriages, yeah? But they need to know we're in a new era, my friend. Yeah, so if they had planned marriages, today we don't have planned marriages. You don't plan for this generation any marriage. You can't. How do you? You cannot. Yeah, so I feel like the whole essence of all this is when someone is going to choose a lifetime partner, they need their time. They need to take their time. They need to exercise their time to see, am I going to be able to tolerate this person? Am I going to be able to stand this person for better and for worse?
Yeah.
Yeah. So pressure aside, follow what you want, not what others want of you.
Yeah, that pressure is very wrong. I do not agree with it 100%. Pressure or time shouldn't be a determining factor to a very life-changing decision, like you said. I mean, it's like a one-way ticket. So, I mean, no matter how hard it is, and believe me, we know how society can be very harsh with their terms and conditions, but then again, you need to think about that society is not the one going to go in the marriage with you. Society is not the one going to be able to take that job position with you. So no matter how pressuring these demands can be, think about yourself first and put yourself first and come to the realization that you're the only one who's going to go through this decision alone.
Exactly. So we only received one comment, and I would like to thank the person who pitched in, because no matter how how many of the comments that there is, then we have to thank anybody who commented or who pitched in. So we have Claire Umutoni, and she said childhood traumas. She thinks these are the one things that the society has prevented us from talking, but normally haunt ours or hurt us or hurt our very own people. So Claire Umutoni, thank you so much for pitching in. And I think childhood trauma is really something that people face within time as they grow up, as they even get old. Some people don't even have that. They do not have it under control. So I think childhood trauma should be something that people get to talk about more often, because at the end of the day, if you have somebody who hears you, who can be able to hear you and give you some advices, then you can come out of it very, very safely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that was it for the opinion poll. I hope you guys were intrigued by everything we talked about. It was not a hot topic, but it was a lesson learning topic, and surely it was made for someone who probably was watching tonight. So today morning. So but there's that slang of saying tonight in the morning. Right?
Oh, no.
Yes, am I the only one who is civilized here? Anyway, I'm joking. Let's go. I'm joking. So let's go to the morning breakfast part.
Let's go.
Please stay with us.